Hello, my friend. Are you a lazy player? Please don't think that I judge, because I am a lazy player too. And today I would like to share this very lazy healer build for Dragonflight. This will give you a healer that you can level up with really easily by not doing much. What is being lazy? Let's define it. Being lazy is that we work hard in the real life, but in the game we want to chill. We really want to chill. We don't want to do as much as possible. Sue us. So this particular build, I am not claiming this to be the most capable in Mythic Plus dungeons or something like this. Let's please not extrapolate this, because there are always some lurking experts in the comments and in my views. I claim that this is the easiest healer to level up with and probably do some not very difficult challenging top level content at level 70 in Dragonflight. The best way to level, this is a bonus information for you, is to level during the time walking event. So take a look at this. In the dungeon finder, if we open this drop down right now, we can see that in addition to our random dungeon and random heroic dungeon, we also have random time walking dungeon, which currently at the moment of recording of this video is Warlords of Draenor. So you can see that completion of the dungeon gives you almost 100,000 of experience. Why 100,000? Well, because you also collect quite a lot of experience as the mobs get killed in the dungeon. So it's a little bit over 100,000, right? Everyone blasts through these time walking dungeons, just blasts through them. It takes you at maximum 10 minutes. At maximum 10 minutes of just running around with the group and healing them to get this 100,000 bulk. Boom! And as well as earning some time warped badges that can be turned into gear at the end of it. This is very efficient and super lazy, especially with a build like this. Alright, now why Restoration Shaman? Why not Holy Priest? Why not Holy Paladin? You will say to me, Gyro, you talked to us in the previous videos and you said that you love Holy Priest, Holy Paladin specifically. Yes, I do, but they're very active healing classes. This is a very passive healing class. Why? Because of two things mainly, not only, but mainly. Because it has Earth Shield and because it has totems. Both Earth Shield and totems heal your target or yourself passively, my friends. It heals you passively, which is the most important thing. In addition to that, Shaman is blessed to be this kind of creature with so many different toys, and in this particular case we are taking advantage of all of these toys. I make no excuses for it. In addition to totem and Earth Shield, we have heals over time. We don't just have direct heals such as, let's say, Holy Priest has or Paladin has. Yes, they have components of also heal over time, but here this component is front and center. It's in your Riptide spell. And Riptide spell has a lot of wonderful side effects as well. You also have AoE, which is the healing rain, which is also a heal over time if you really want to. And these are the main toys that you're going to be playing with, aside from a couple of direct heals. The chain heal. Chain heal is a direct healing, but it jumps from one target to another across, so it heals your whole group. You technically speaking, in not very spiky damage situations, you can just get away with a totem and chain heal, spamming chain heal, if that's all you want to do. You put the Earth Shield on your tank, you throw a totem in, and you top them up with either chain heal that jumps across everyone, or typically Riptide 90% of the tide, 90% of the time, not the tide, which gives a bit of a direct healing and a bit of a heal over time component. Everything else, basically, I practically never use healing wave. Yeah, because I'm not trying to go for efficiency. This is very easy content and it's a very lazy passive kind of build, right? I'm not talking about efficiency here. I'm using Healing Surge. Healing Surge is a powerful, quick heal, which certainly is well within the limits of our mana pool and everything, so don't worry about it too much, unless you start being like mana starved, then you switch to Healing Wave. Okay, fair enough. And Healing Surge will top up some heavy, like really heavy damage. The final thing that I can say to you is that as far as the totems are concerned, I'm only using 2 totems. It is a very lazy build. I will keep repeating this, yes. I'm using 2 totems. One, I have a maximum buffed, I will show you in the build, Healing Stream totem. That's a bread and butter totem. You drop it all the time. It seems like it doesn't do all that much healing, but it actually does quite a lot of healing. Let me give you an example. Here is a previous dungeon run that I've done. and maybe it's not very indicative, but you can see that Riptide is at the very top. Healing Rain has done quite a lot because I was doing a lot of Healing Rain there. You don't have to, it's not a bread and butter, but in that particular group situation it was. Then there is Healing Stream Totem that did 20% of healing. That's a lot. Then I forgot to mention almost, thank you very much Details Meter for reminding me. Then you have Earth Living Weapon. Earth Living Weapon is another heal over time. You are imbuing your weapon with Earth Living component that just shows here. And our Riptide, Healing Wave, Healing Surge, Chain Heal have 20% chance, which happens all the time basically, to trigger Earth Living on the target, which is basically a heal over time effect in addition to your Riptide, in addition to everything else, to your totem there trickling healing, over 12 seconds. It is beautiful. Let's take a look at the build. We will start with the obvious restoration side. We will come back to the core shaman one. Once again, if you skipped up to here, I am not claiming this to be the best endgame proven, most efficient build. It is just a lazy person's build that will let you level in a breeze, practically watch Netflix and run behind the group and heal them passively, and go through the kind of not the most challenging, probably normals, heroics, maybe even mythic 0 content at level 70. Alright, all of this begins with our staple ability Riptide. You have it anyway. Riptide is beautiful. I just explained to you how it works. Healing Stream Totem is absolutely mandatory. Absolutely mandatory. It is, you drop it pretty much all the time. You drop it all the time. It costs nothing and it does a lot of work for you. We have also Healing Wave. Healing Wave is staple for Restoration Shaman. After all, they do need to heal somehow. It is a little slow. It's very mana efficient, but a little slow, which is why I am not particularly using it unless I am below 50% of mana, which so far has never happened. We have Water Shield, which returns mana for us, to us, and we will get to that point, but basically, as you run around in this lazy mode, you have two shields on yourself. You have Water Shield and Earth Shield, which allows you to pick your nose while you are watching Netflix. Both of these things. Water Shield gives you mana, and Earth Shield prevents you from just stepping into something horrible. Spirit Link Totem, I know a lot of people use it all the time. I don't use it unless situation is really bad, horribly dire. What it does, it reduces the damage for all party members by only 10%, yeah, and it also redistributes the health of the whole party evenly. So let's say if you are at 100% but your tank is at 30, then there is a redistribution of health that's happening between the whole party, which effectively is kind of like a heal. It's kind of like a heal, yeah, but at the same time, I don't know, it's situational and it's on almost 3-minute cooldown, so you have to save it for bad situations. Now, Healing Tide Totem is on a similar cooldown, but I use it more often. Healing Tide Totem is basically the big brother of Healing Stream Totem, yeah, and it is on a cooldown because it's very powerful. You wait until the situation is dire yet again, and if the whole group is getting like really hammered, a lot of damage, DPS is standing in bad, and all that kind of stuff is happening, that is when you drop Healing Tide Totem, and for about 10 seconds you can breathe, like you can just do other things and breathe out and basically catch up on your healing situation, because Healing Tide Totem is gonna pump out a lot of healing and it will heal everyone, not back to full maybe, but it will certainly mitigate a lot of that damage that's done to the group. It's absolutely mandatory. One would argue that we need Ancestral Vigor, and I probably will take it, actually, funnily enough, in the last two points that I might redistribute here a little bit towards 70, because you heal people all the time, and it gives them, if you put 2 points into here, it gives them extra 10% of their life, which is not too bad. It increases the Water Speaker's Blessing is very important. It increases duration of Riptide, which is a bread and butter of what you're using. Absolutely. We are boosting here the Earth Living Weapon, the potency of Earth Living Weapon, and you saw just how important that imbue is. And we're absolutely boosting our Earth Shield, because Earth Shield is our best friend. It increases the healing and all that kind of stuff. It's wonderful. Now, on the left-hand side, we are essentially, you can see all the imports. I don't need to talk you through this whole thing just to save us the time in this video, but I will just, so you import the whole string if you want to. Most importantly, I would like to tell you, so of course you take Earth Shield. If you want to be most chilled and not be worried to be one shot or some mob comes to you while you are trying to heal others and stuff, having an ability to put extra earth shield on yourself as well as the water shield. So we put water shield on ourselves and we put earth shield on ourselves. Yeah, that's fantastic in addition to this whole passive running around situation, right? And finally, I will just tell you what else do I do, which is the one thing and one thing only. Well, other than my UI, if you like my UI, you can always import this. Also, I'm providing this link. Some people say it's cluttered. I actually think that everything I need, because we have a lot of toys, is here right in center, heads up display style. So what do I do first thing when I come into the instance, into a dungeon? I click on a tank, I select a tank, and I put them into focus, which I have a macro for, so it's just a button over here for me. You can create the same macro if you would like. Macro is very, very simple. Take a look. It just simply says focus. You know, it just clicks focus. If there is no mod, or if I'm holding Alt button, it says clear focus. That's all it does. But I never use clear focus, by the way, because you exit the instance and focus clears automatically. So I put the tank into focus. For me, this focus kind of here is outlined as this little frame. That is in case I switch to some other target and other kind of stuff. Why? Because I also use the add-on called Weak Auras. Let's open Weak Auras and very quickly take a look at my Earth Shield. And Earth Shield is this bar that you see in the middle of the screen, this one that appeared. Earth Shield simply helps me to track that the Earth Shield has not fallen off my tank. That's the main thing. That's the only thing for us to worry about in this lazy build. So in this particular case, it's a progress bar. You can do it obviously differently in Weak Auras. This is not a Weak Auras guide. You go to Trigger. In Trigger, we make sure that we are tracking a unit that is in focus, which we just put into focus frame. Yes, it's a buff. It's a specific named buff, Earth Shield, and the cast by player character. In case you're in a raid and there is someone else throwing an Earth Shield on your target, I don't want to track that thing. I want to track my Earth Shield that I put on them. And that is about it, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this, what turned out to be a slightly lengthier guide than I thought. I thought it would be literally like 8 minutes or something, but it turned out to be a usual video. Please give me a like, because hopefully you liked it by this time, and hopefully you will join the ranks of lazy healers running around there, because who cares if we're lazy? As long as we do our jobs, and as long as there are healers out there in the world, and as long as we can heal the tanks, yes, then we are doing a good thing, yes, who can judge us? And that is the positive thought that I would like to leave you with, my friend. If you like this video, again, please like it, it counts for a lot. Tell YouTube algorithm that you like this video so it can show it to other people. And subscribe for more. I release guides all the time these days. Thanks very much for tuning in. Let's all have a great day, and I'll talk to you next time.
We will cast you down like the mongoose you